Hi, friends. My channel usually isn't about Doctor Who anymore. If you don't know, I pretty much started out as someone who did talk about Doctor Who in video form. I would review the episodes. I have some of those up, but I have not been into the show as much for a pretty long time. I was looking for something more lighthearted, and it got pretty heavy. And I don't know, I haven't even finished the last series, even though I loved Pearl Mackie in the first, I think, 3 episodes. But today, as I am posting this, I've only known about it for a half hour or so. It was announced that the 13th Doctor is Jodie Whittaker. Now, I've watched Broadchurch. I'm sure a lot of people who watch the BBC have seen Broadchurch. She played the mother of the boy who was murdered on that show, so it's a pretty dark role. She looks a little bit different. I didn't recognize her at first. She has blonde hair. Whatever. She's cute, as you'd expect. I honestly thought that they might just, not do anything different. But I was hopeful, and I'm glad it happened. It hasn't really sunk in. I think for me, it won't sink in until I actually see her in the role in the Christmas special. I believe that's when that'll premiere, so obviously Christmas. And it's just overwhelming. I feel like I'm not the only one who kind of lost a little interest and just didn't like where the show was going. Even though I really enjoyed Pearl, I just was not feeling the direction of the last 2 seasons as much as I wish I had. But I'm so excited, and I felt like I had to talk about it for a minute, and I think it's amazing, and I know that there is going to be backlash, as there always is. Even though the series before last, we saw that a Time Lord could change gender. It didn't change anything. They were still the same person. But yeah, there will be that. But for me and a lot of the people I know, it's like something that will definitely bring us back into watching the show and not just being like, well, I gotta watch it at some point. Mine is more that I don't have BBC on cable, so it's kind of impossible to watch right now, but hopefully that'll be on Hulu or not. What is it? Amazon Prime? I don't know. Netflix? But yeah, this is something, when I was hardcore into my Doctor Who, I own the Gallifrey Chronicles, which is the book that I was always told to get by people. And my copy actually came, and it had signatures from doctors, from the year of my birth, which is pretty funny. Like, some guy went to conventions, and so my book is signed by doctors, and I have pictures signed by doctors that were inside. So if you want to know more, I know for a fact that he discusses regeneration and how gender plays, that it can be random or something. I didn't have time to look for the passage, but if you're somebody who's like, apparently still confused how this can be, you can definitely find that book. All the copies that I saw were used, but it's a really great book if you just even care about Doctor Who at all. Gallifrey Chronicles by John Peel. It's a great book, and I probably have read it all, but it's been a while. Mostly I just wanted to say I'm so excited, and I hope that people are giving Doctor Who a chance. We're going to have a new showrunner, and hopefully we'll have mixed things up with writing, get some new, fresh blood. I mean, after they took such a long break, I believe it was over a year between the 2 series, and I think Peter Capaldi was publicly discussing how long it had been, and that he thought it wasn't right for it to be off air that long, and of course it's not going to do well, and so I'm sure that went super well with BBC. They were like, thanks for saying that. I'm sure they loved that. I loved Peter, don't get me wrong, but the fact is, because of the Doctor I was used to, I was just looking for more levity, and there was a lot of serious times and a lot of repetition of stuff I felt, and a lot of amping stuff up, and then it didn't feel like there was ever a conclusion, or, I won't bore you with it. Anybody who's been dissatisfied and watches the show has, reasons, and you probably understand mine. I'm just glad that we're going to have the opportunity to explore a different kind of Doctor, because I don't know. I'm hopeful. I forget the new showrunner's name. I'm sure I will probably do a review of the Christmas special at least, and just talking about how I felt about it. I didn't watch the finale of the last season, so I'm assuming that Capaldi will regenerate. Did he regenerate at the end? I don't know. That's bad that I don't know. But I gotta find a way to watch that. It's just, can't find legal means for that. So, it's rough. It's a rough time. But I'm super excited. I really enjoyed Jodie on Broadchurch. I think, I haven't seen her in a comedic sense, but I very much hope that we get some of that comedic, because Capaldi was funny. I'm not saying he's not. But I also think he's such a good actor, and the plots didn't necessarily always lean towards funny stuff, because a lot of the time people are dying. And at least in the ones I saw, the last series, it's just, there's some dark times, and I kind of want some things that are a little lighter and funner, so more fun. Is that a word? But Jodie Whittaker, I don't know, I'm sure, like I said, not everybody's going to be happy, but I'm just happy to have something to revitalize the show, and something that people have asked for a long time. I never really considered her in the role, but maybe because I've only seen her in one thing. So I'm probably going to do some research and watch some other stuff she's been in. And hopefully we get interviews with her. There is a trailer that you can find on the BBC A or BBC YouTube. And it's awesome. It's awesome. She looked good. And we didn't get to hear her talk, so I don't know. But I'm just excited, guys. And I hope she continues wearing, was that Capaldi's jacket? Because it was a little ill-fitting, but I'm okay with ill-fitting. I'm okay with the dramatic, look. Sorry, my cat's messing around. Was wearing a little long, but I just had to talk about it because I'm excited. I'm excited to have a reason to want to watch the show, at least every week and not get behind on it. And I don't know if Pearl was there at the end of the series, but I hope she stays. I hope she's the one. That would be so interesting. So interesting. I'm just excited because Pearl was wonderful, and she's the reason that if I had the means to watch it right now, I totally would. But, okay. That's all. I'm just still in a state of, shock. You don't expect things, but I hope you guys are excited as well, and yeah. Okay, bye. Have a good day.